How's it going, everyone? Skabarflix here, and I hope your day has been fantastic. We've got some new patch notes to look at from developers at DICE for the new 3.2 update, which covers everything you need to know before jumping in on the 31st. Before I get started, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can be notified on the latest Battlefield news. Now guys, I'm not going to lie to you, I originally recorded a 30-minute version of this covering everything, but it was just too much. So instead, I'm going to be giving you guys the highlights because these patch notes are just so big. Kevin Johnson on Twitter said it's the most extensive set of notes we've ever had. To my knowledge, there are at least 100 fixes and all kinds of other things to look forward to. Up first is the class system finally returning. It's going to be a cool addition to the game that allows specialists to finally fit in class roles, and for some gaps to be filled in with things like repairing and other stuff not exactly being in the game. I've got another video detailing everything related to classes, so you should go check that out. There's a new map rework for Breakaway. Developers have improved the glacier, the ice shelf, moved the oil rig, improved the workers' village, and finally added a new area, the snow cave, containing a downed condor. It looks really sick, especially with the new shaders and textures. There are 3 new vault weapons, the M39 EMR, an adaptable medium-range sniper, the MTAR-21, a fan favorite, and the PP-2000, which I have never liked. A bunch of news for attachments. Up first, the biggest and most controversial change is thermal sights are coming back. You'll be able to use the TR1 thermal 1.25x, T4 thermal 2.5x, and the 2038 thermal 6x. Something cool about these thermals is the team has said due to new engine capabilities, thermal sights will not take up the whole screen, but just the scope. You'll also be able to see a variety of heat signatures from things like aircraft engines, fire, and more. Zane's Airburst will also be receiving a thermal sight, which makes sense given the Airburst in Battlefield 4 also had thermals. A lot of people find these thermal sights controversial, but one thing that may put your mind to rest is that they can't see through smoke, which is a nice breath of relief. There's also the new NVK box suppressor for the NVK S22 shotgun. Looks pretty cool. In vehicle news, we've got a few interesting additions and changes. Up first, the biggest one, the M1A5 and the T28 tanks are receiving active protection systems and getting their turret speeds increased. Below radar is coming back for air vehicles, making you immune to lock on from vehicles when under 30 meters above the ground. You'll still be able to lock onto them with stingers though. I'm not sure if that's a good change, but being able to shoot them at below radar reminds me of that one Battlefield Friends video.
How the hell did you get him below radar?
Below radar? Below me? Below radar doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter.
There's also a maximum height limit for helicopters, which I'm really happy to see. Stealth choppers and transport choppers used to be able to camp at the top of the map, not playing the objective, and it really ticked me off. Air-to-ground missile damage is getting increased against light and medium transport, which is a nice change. They'll also reload faster, and won't stop reloading if you hold the fire button. The EBLC Ram's insertion beacon will now spawn you on foot. I could see this getting a little crazy, but since the beacon is only down for a limited time, maybe it'll work out. Vehicles will only be able to lock onto other vehicles when they have the ammunition to do so, which is nice to avoid lock-on spam from those pesky wildcats. The MD540 Nightbird is getting a few changes. The blast damage is being reduced from 40 to 25, a major change. I assume that this is for the infantry pod. The replenish rate, however, is being reduced from 2.5 to 2 seconds, and the ammo count has been lowered from 16 to 10. The replenish rate for the 50mm cannon on the transport choppers is also being reduced from 6 to 4.5 seconds. Some news about different gadgets. All of the launchers are getting buffed, their speed is going to increase. I believe it's getting doubled. The insertion beacon can now only be spawned on 4 times, and then it self-destructs. But it won't self-destruct if the owner spawns on it anymore. Not sure if I like this change, but we'll see. Claymores are being scaled up 33% for people who can't look where they're walking. The blast radius has also been lowered by 1 meter. Year 1 pass holders and Gold and Ultimate Edition owners will also be getting some new rewards. They'll get all the Tier 0 Premium Battle Pass rewards from Season 1 and 2 even if they missed it, including All-Seeing Eyes Legendary Specialist set for Angel, Lightbringer Legendary Weapon Skin for the AC-42, Ghost Assassin Player Card and Omniscient Player Card Tag, Undeniable Legendary Specialist set for Boris, Red Eye Legendary Weapon Skin for the DXR-1, the Mountain King Player Card, and the Wolverine Player Card Tag. You'll get these immediately upon logging in, and you'll also get Liz and Crawford unlocked if you don't have them already. Remember, this is only for Year 1 Pass and Gold and Ultimate Edition owners. For maps, there are a bunch of fixes. Manifest has received a bunch of fixes for textures, clipping, just anything they might have missed in the rework. Spearhead and Stranded get some simple fixes, nothing special there. Kaleidoscope, however, has the most interesting change. The capture area for C2 and Breakthrough has been expanded, so hopefully this will help against the vehicle spam. Even a 5-star attacking force against C2 can fail because a lot of people camp with the sentinels and vehicles with cannons or grenade launchers. Glad to see this is finally happening. Finally, for specialists, there are plenty of fixes and changes. Angel's loadout crate now has 2 functions. If you tap the interact button, it'll refill your ammo, but if you hold it, you can change your loadout, allowing you to quickly restock ammo. Boris' sentry gun gets a complete rework. It won't highlight targets anymore, just regular spotting. It'll also do damage to vehicles with 0.6 to 0.8% damage per shot, and it also prioritizes vehicles over infantry unless that infantry is within 25 meters. Crawford's turret is also getting a rework, making his Vulcan gun do 0.1% of damage per hit on armored vehicles of any category. Liz's missile gets a bunch of buffs, increasing the speed and range, and also giving some fixes that were causing the rockets to do no damage to infantry. Glad to hear about that. McKay's grapple hook range is now 24 meters instead of 30 meters. His nimble trait has also been reduced, especially with heavy weapons. Brow's cooldown for hacking a vehicle has been increased from 5 seconds to 8 seconds, and the time to hack has been increased from 1.5 seconds to 2.25 seconds. This is a pretty good change to supplement some of the other changes that Brow is getting, including being able to SoFlam vehicles with his hacking. Sundance's grenades will finally display the correct grenade that is equipped. That was a huge problem that people were complaining about. And finally, Zane's airburst rifle will have thermal sights. Guys, a lot of these changes are great, but this is just the surface level of all of them. Be sure to go to the description and click the link for the patch notes so you can see all of the fixes. There are at least 100, and they're all fantastic. What do you guys think about these patch notes? Be sure to comment down below your thoughts on the upcoming update. Make sure to like and subscribe, and hit the bell for more. Guys, that's all from me. I'm out of here.